Hey guys, how's it going? This is going to be a video review for a very old toy. This is actually Beast Machines Mega Class Tankor. This is actually one of the earliest Transformers I bought when I started collecting again as an adult. I started collecting right pretty much when Beast Machines hit. I bought a fair amount of the Viacons, but not the Maximals, because I didn't really feel the Maximal toys were really any good. So these are some of the Transformers that have been in my collection for the longest. They're not really my personal favorites, because much better Transformers have been released since then. But the recent Generations Tankor kind of inspired me. I'm like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and review the guys that I actually have in my collection, because why not, right? It's always fun to look at toys. Anyway, this is Mega Class. I believe this class was called Mega back in the old days. This is Tankor in his, vehicle mode, obviously. He is a tank, and honestly, he kind of looks like something out of Tron. I mean, just look at his coloring, to me, that just, it just reminds me of Tron. Don't know why. Just does. He's got a number of features in vehicle mode. His head/turret rotates. It's a really large head. His missile, of course, if I can find the yep, there it is. His missile still fires after all these years. Honestly, overall, his tank mode looks fairly decent. Now, this is not even remotely show accurate. I do have a much more show accurate toy, which is Generations Tankor, right there. And just so you can see the two of them next to each other. And before I go any further, I'll show some more of his Viacon compatriots next to him. There he is with Deluxe Class Jetstorm. Here he is with Mirage, and I believe this guy's called Scavenger. I'll actually have to Google that just to make sure. But yeah, there he is with the other Viacons I got. Put those guys to the side for now. Two other features he's got is his claws can open in vehicle mode. You just bring him closer into the camera and can grab his enemies. And the other thing that he can do in vehicle mode is he's got to separate his front section there. And one hinge came a little loose. Well, these things happen, huh? Anyway, you get an idea of what it's supposed to look like. And as he rolls, we zoom in on this so you can see it a little bit better. And as he rolls, his blades spin, which is pretty cool. That's pretty neat. I have to say, overall, this toy has held up fairly well over the years. Oh, I did leave two things out, actually. Here, he's got a little hatch, and you open the port, and on the Beast Wars and Beast Machine toys, you actually had spark chambers with a faction symbol. That's the Viacon faction symbol in it, obviously. And he also has, you see that little eye piece in there, like a Cylon? If you rotate this piece here on the top of his head, you move the single little eye in there, which is kind of neat. Overall, they did put a fair amount of innovation into this toy. Yeah, it is not remotely show accurate, but it's a solid, kind of fun little toy. I mean, it's certainly not wonderful, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pause right here, and we'll get him transformed into robot mode, and we'll talk about that. Alright guys, here we have Tankor transformed into his robot mode, and as you can see, he looks fairly decent in his robot mode. Not show accurate, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and kick this off with a few size comparisons. Here he is next to his buddy Scavenger on one side. The other side, he's got his buddy Mirage. Let's get these two little guys out of the way. And here he is with Deluxe Class Jetstorm. There you go. And, yeah, he looks, like I said, pretty decent. He looks okay from the back. Not bad. Very Tronish again. The black and red really carry through on that. So, and go ahead and show off his light piping. He's got it pretty good. Let me go ahead and zoom in so you can see it a little bit better. As you can see, his eye glows pretty good with the light there, which is pretty neat. He has a decent articulation. He bends there at the knee. He's got swivel at the top of his thigh, ball joints in his hips. No waist articulation. He extends out there at the shoulder, rotates at the shoulder, rotates and bends at the elbow. He's, of course, still got the spinning blades of doom on his arms in a robot mode. So overall, very solid toy considering his age. I think these things came out in like 1999 or so I'm not entirely sure. So it's definitely an older toy. Now, would I spend a huge amount of money for one of these on the secondary market? Absolutely flippin' not. I don't think loose ones are going for tons of money. I mean, because the Beast Machine toys aren't like, you know, G1. They're not in super high demand, so I'm sure you could probably find one for not tons of money. Anyway, that's pretty much going to wrap this whole thing up. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time.